Hello and welcome to a first episode of what is potentially a weekly Star Citizen Squadron 42 type FAQ series, taking questions directly from viewers in the comments section of all my videos, as well as commonly asked questions on Reddit, Spectrum, Discord, wherever I've collected them from, they'll go into this video. When will the game come out? Star Citizen has a playable alpha now and releases a major patch every quarter, end of March, end of June, end of October, November, based on where CitizenCon is, and end of December. They are working towards full persistence, server meshing, and no more resets, but there is no hard date for a full release. Squadron 42 Episode 1, the single-player campaign, is planned to be feature complete and have a beta mid-2020, with the possibility of a full release in 2020 for the game as well. Be sure to watch the roadmap linked below for updates on everything Star Citizen feature related. What do you need to pick up to be able to play the game? All you need is a game package. It's $45. That contains a ship of your choice from an Aurora MR or a Mustang Alpha. I recommend the Mustang Alpha. If you do want to get something a little bit better, then I recommend that you consider the Avenger Titan, which is a general multi-role ship for a little bit more money, or the Anvil Arrow if you're going into dogfighting. That's a light fighter, and people that want to go even beyond that, and there's a couple of people that want to play on the same account or whatever, consider a Cutlass Black. Again, it's relatively cheap. I think it's $100 total. You can upgrade your starter package to one if you so desire, but all these ships will be available in-game. And what ships are available in-game at the moment? In Alpha 3.5, you can currently buy ships from 3 different ship shops. On Delamar, Levski, there's Teaches. You can get a Grey Cat Buggy there for 5k, Alpha UEC, a Tumbrel Cyclone for 26k, a Dragonfly for 75k, an Aurora LX for 221k, an Aurora LN for 367k, an Aurora CL for 497k. That's expensive for that ship. A Anvil Hornet F7C for 1.5 million, a Buccaneer for 1.1 million, a Cutlass Black for 1.5 million, and a Misk Prospector for 1.6 million. At Area 18 at the moment, there's Astro Armada with only one ship available, the Anvil Hawk for 1.1 million. Hurston has a new deal in Lawville, and there you can buy a few ships. You can get an Aurora LX again, a Mustang Beta for 292k, a M50 for 701k, an 85X for 616k, a Prospector again, a Constellation Phoenix for 6.1 million, or a Hammerhead, the very expensive, basically gunship Corvette for 21.4 million Alpha UEC. Star Citizen Alpha 3.6 is planned for a live build at the end of June 2019, and that has ship rentals for the Persistent universe as well, and it should allow you to get access to all of those ships at a much cheaper price point, much more easily, as some of those prices for like the Hammerhead, that's incredibly high, 21.4 million. That would take you a long time to grind, and with major resets every 3 months, it's not ideal. So where can I buy other things? You can buy various things at shops across the game with Alpha UEC, other than the ship shops we've just mentioned. Named shops will typically have some unique stock of some type. At rest stops, you can find Kasaba Outlets, a civilian clothing store, Live Fire Weapons, an FPS weapon and equipment store, and Platinum Bays, ship systems store. Port Olisar has a Kasaba Outlet, a Dumpers Depot, which is a ship systems store, Live Fire Weapons, and Garrity Defense, which is FPS armor. Lawville has Tammy & Sons, a clothing, armor, and FPS weapon store. You can also get the multi-tool there and the Lawville line of clothing. It has a Hurston Dynamic Showcase, which is a ship weapons store there as well. Levski has a clothing stand where you can buy sort of like rebel clothing. Dumpers Depot, Caudry's, which is FPS armor again. Conscientious Objects, which is FPS weapons. Grimhex has Scutters, where you can get armor, FPS weapons. They specialize in energy weapons and outlaw armor. Basically, it's the only place that you can get the full sets of outlaw armor. There's KC Trending as well there, which is again is rebel clothing. Dumpers Depot is there. At Area 18, you've got a center mass, which last time I checked had pretty much all of the ship weapons in. There's Kasaba Outlet, a Cubby Blast, which is sort of like FPS weapons and armor, and a Dumpers Depot there as well. Do we know anything about any ship sales coming up or concepts coming up? So we suspect that the Tumbrel Land Systems vehicle that's been hinted at for a little while is probably the next concept sale that will go on. I suspect it's going to be between the 9th and 17th of May, though. That would give them around 6 weeks so they can then have a flyable ship sale for 3.6 release at the end of June. So they typically have these flyable ship sales with each major release. There was an Aegis announcement saying they're unveiling a new ship on the 24th of August, I believe, as well. They typically have a few ship sale events on throughout the year as well. CitizenCon, which is typically around October, and there are anniversary sales in November. This is typically when most ships will be purchasable or available for purchase. When and where is CitizenCon this year? We don't 100% know yet, not 100% confirmed. However, talking to devs at BritisonCon, it's in the UK this year, almost certainly in Manchester, and it's going to be slightly, or at least a little bit later than last year's one, so I'm expecting late October, early November. Again, nothing is confirmed yet. That was hearsay and rumour from talking to devs while drinking. When are we getting weather? Dynamic weather is in the backlog of work to be completed. How do I sell narcotics and the items from the Stash House mission from Twitch Pacheco? The narcotic boxes need to be placed in the cargo grid of your ship, and then Slam is typically bought from the L5 Hurston rest stop, and the rest should be sellable at Grimhex. How large is Star Citizen 3.5's install? It's 47 to 48 gigabytes. Where do I see the ship loaners? Links below. It's on the ship loaner matrix on the support.robertspaceindustriescom website. Where do I report bugs? The issue council. It goes through the whole procedural there, and that's on robertspaceindustriescom on the issue council. Can I save my character, Alpha UEC, or progress between patches? Star Citizen wipes Alpha UEC purchases, and your character, as well as your HAB persistence, each major patch, typically every 3 months, with some minor patches in between, also getting reset sometimes. This will change in the future, though. Eventually, we will have no more resets, or less resets, then no more resets. We'll have to wait and see. Vulkan and VR support. Star Citizen currently runs on DirectX 11. Star Citizen and Squadron 42 is planned to have Vulkan integration, but they haven't given it a date. DirectX 12 support is a possibility too. VR is still planned for some point in the future for the game. Vulkan is a prerequisite of them getting VR in. When are we getting player hubs and hangars in the game that are physicalized? Player hubs have persistence in 3.5, meaning that changes that you make to items in that room will be saved. However, the room may move around. When you log back in, you might have a different room number, or be on a different floor, or a different strut. You'll have a room on Port Olisar, Grimhex, Levski, Lorville, and Area 18. In the future, there are plans for rentable, ownable hubs and hangars. They want to have permanent physicalized addresses for these as well, for each hangar, so they are visitable by players, and you literally physically exit them. Is Star Citizen open PvP in the persistent universe? Currently, there are armistices and green zones preventing players from using weapons around major landing zones and some outposts. Outside of these areas, attacking a player or ship in monitored space, where an operable comm array is anyway, will get you a crime stat. Star Citizen is getting this placeholder system replaced with a more full security and law system. Players will be able to use their weapons on ships or in FPS and pull the weapons out anywhere and shoot anyone on any station or whatever, but there will be repercussions for doing that if detected in those areas, assuming that it's illegal to do that in those areas, as there will be a hierarchical law system in place, which is going to be different from area to area. For example, if you shoot someone at Area 18, the security forces on the ground there will engage you. Firing at a ship at Port Olisar should have Crusader security, potentially the advocacy, and turrets from Port Olisar shooting you. Laws can be different from area to area. We are getting some deeper law and criminal systems and a black market in Alpha 3.6, although I'm not sure how much of the other stuff will be in there. You may be able to avoid being detected doing a crime, it's going to be dependent on how you do it. Is there a comm array up there? Is there someone watching you? Is there security watching you? Whatever. So technically PvP is allowed anywhere, but there will be repercussions in the future. Some areas and systems will be extremely safe. Others will be much more like the Wild West. If you have a question you think would benefit from appearing as a quick, snappy info nugget here then, drop it in the comments below. There is an email contact in the description as well. Some of the questions I suspect will require a bit more digging or devs to answer, and I will reach out and answer questions when I can and update ones that change and all that sort of jazz. I quite like the idea of doing a weekly FAQ like this, in addition to streams and a gameplay stream and other bits and bobs that I will be doing, a podcast, things like that. Lots of new things through May and June, so stay tuned. Well, I say stay tuned. Be aware that that's going to happen soon. Don't stay tuned, because you just be waiting here watching nothing. Every month we have a ship giveaway on the channel for May 2019. It's for another Drake Corsair exploration ship, donated in the name of the People's Radio. They are a 24/7 radio station providing music in the Verse News and in Law Commercials, and are operated by the People's Alliance of Levski. To be in for a chance of winning that ship, be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos made during the month. Links to the People's Radio and more information on the giveaway in the description below. If you are looking for a gaming PC or to upgrade, then instead consider Shadow Cloud gaming PCs, which leverage your internet connection and a data center to turn any device, your old PC, a phone, a tablet, a laptop, whatever, into a powerful Windows 10 gaming environment. It's subscription based, so won't break the bank, and is a fantastic alternative to buying your own PC. If you are looking for a VPN, then I use NordVPN as well. It's mega cheap, allows me to upload, play games, browse with more security and privacy than I would otherwise have. For both of those, links are below, and use the code BoredGamer to receive a discount on either. BoredGamer is supported by its community via Patreon, the YouTube join button, Subscribestar, Twitch, direct donations, people throwing ships at me. Massive thank you to everyone that goes that extra mile to support me. It genuinely does help. Just like everything else, links are below for people that would like to get involved with that as well. But if you want to give feedback, there are details there that you can get onto my Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer, or contact@boredgamer.co.uk if you want to send me an email. Just get in contact, give me feedback. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you.